Hello once again. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so today I just want to talk about my books. Oh, well, when I say my books, the books that I read, I like reading. And if you listen to, I think my very first video, yes, I did mention it. That's one of the things that I like to do. And my reading is escape. It's like watching movies or TV for me is escape from reality. And I just love reading. Anybody who knows me tell you that I love reading, okay? So I'm going to talk about what I'm reading currently, I think. And then I'm just going to, just books generally. I don't think I have a favorite author. I have so many authors that I like their book. And unfortunately for me, the thing is, once I find, and that's me, once I discover someone that I like their writing, I have to read everything that they've written, every single thing that they might have written at any given time. I have to read it. And what happens is I run out of what to read. Oh, we're having a chat. This is Temmi, Coffee with Temmi. My trusted coffee cup is here, except I don't want it getting onto the books. Yeah, they're old books. And yes, they're more for show, though I've read almost all of them. But I don't want coffee on the books. I love my books, not just to reading. I look after my books. And if you're a reader, you will know what I'm talking about. So, who do I like to read? First off, I like detective. I don't care if it's childish, but there's detective and there's detective. I like detective. And some, how could I forget on this list? I didn't put Jonathan Kellerman. Oh, I love his books. This is not a complete list. This list that I have here is not a complete list, or it's just what I can remember right now. But I will put in the description all the people that I like to read. And please, if you have anyone that I have not read, that is not on the list, and you've read something really interesting, please let me know. I promise I'm going to go look for them. You know the beauty of reading now. I don't buy books like I used to. I used to buy lots and lots of books. But then I move around so often and I just lose them, or somebody borrows them, they don't return it. But you know what? Long and short, there is ebooks, and not just ebooks that you buy. There is e-library. It has saved my life. Waiting for appointments. I got a book to read. I'm never bored. I take my book everywhere. You don't even want to know the place that I go with my books, but I take my books everywhere. So I have discovered recently Scandinavian authors. I will not try to pronounce their names. I don't want them getting so cross with me. But I just love their books. And it's really nice to be able to find if this book has been translated from another language, I wonder just how much more wonderful it would be in that language, if I could read the language, that is. But anyway, so I've got some books here that I've listed down here. I've got books, I've got some authors that I love their books, and some actually have been made into TV series, quite a lot. And I like when I watch a book to TV that actually is almost as true as the book that you've read. Isn't that so nice when that happens? It's almost as nice as the book. So there's Cleeve, I think. I apologize from the beginning to the authors of the book, to whoever knows how to pronounce the names properly. I am so sorry if I kill the name while I'm trying to pronounce it. Forgive me. Okay. So there's Cleeve that's got the Shetland series. And I'm glad that I didn't watch all of it because I stream a lot as well. I'm glad I didn't watch all of it because now I'm getting to read the books and I don't want to be that I've seen. I like to read it first before I watch it. There's Harlan Coben. You've seen Save Home, the series. I think it was a British series. I'm not sure. But that is also nice. My D Robb and the Death series. I think it's on number 50 now, which I've read already. Sometimes I think, where do I find time to do all of this? But I've read all over books. And I'm thinking, and it's my easy detective reading, if you know what I mean. It's nice. And the first time I read, I was like, this is Nora Roberts writing as D Robb. And Nora Roberts is all lovey-dovey. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't read romance. I don't read romance novels. Maybe I need to read it since I'm saying it's far from my reality. Maybe I need to read romance novels to bring it to my reality. Anyway, Well, I love the books that I call them the death series because it's always death in this, death in that, da 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 da. It gives you an idea. It might not actually happen, but it's an idea of the future. You take a blocker when you've got a pain, which is just painkillers. You speak to you program something in the auto chef, which brings the food that you want. Though it's also, if that is the reality for where we're going, it's also kind of sad because the food, there's no milk, no, not as we know it. Meat is also like a meat substance, like a beef substance. I'm not telling you about anything. I'm not giving anything away. So if you haven't read the books, I haven't given anything away. Just go and read it and you will enjoy it, I tell you. Before I start killing the names, let me try and read the ones that I know. Anna Holt, I like it also. I just found her, my discovery. I just found her and I like her books, only I don't like the end. It's never the way I want it to end, but I still read it. For me to actually not finish a book, that book must be really, really boring. And I've had to do one or two of that, that I really can just not take it. It's just really a waste of my time. So I like Anna Holt. Frank Peretti. I read one. It wasn't even this month. I can't remember the title now. And I said, never again, I won't read it. But then I forgot and I bought this one and I haven't opened it because I didn't know what it was like. I thought I was reading something, but it got me scared. I wouldn't lie about it. It's like when I read Stephen King. I didn't know it was a horror. I didn't know what he wrote when I read it the first time. The Shining was my first and last Stephen King. I tell you, I'm never going to read him again. Liz Moore, also I just found her. Not bad. I really can't. Michael Connelly. Oh gosh, I love his books. I like Michael Connelly. I like the Baldwin guy. What's his name now? David Baldwin. I can't remember. There's another guy, the British guy. What's his name now? But I like these books. The guy that wrote, what do you call it now? The Lincoln Lawyer. I read it way back, and I like his books. He's also the one that does Bosch. In the series called Bosch. And the Lincoln Lawyer and Bosch are actually half brothers. See. Then there's Alex. I can't remember the surname now. I can't pronounce it. I don't know which is which. But if you haven't read it, you need to look for The Silent Patient. And tell me if you get the if you're able to before the end of the book, who committed the crime. Please, I want to know. My sister told me she saw that I was reaching. I want to know if you'll guess who was it. And I thought, I got it right. And then I thought, it can't be. Oh, my word. I'm not telling you. You got to read it to find out who actually committed the crime. There's that old lady. What's her name now? What is this one? She's got Adam something. I'll remember as we go along. There's John Sanford. I've read all his books. Please write something else. Mrs. Sanford, if you're listening, write something else just for me. Please, 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 please. I love his books. there are two different ones. There are three actually. There is a Virginia, and there's a what they call him Virginia Fowler, and then there's the other. There are three of them. His books are so interesting. I just love them. That's the thing with me. When you write, I've got to be able to put myself there, put the voices, put the faces that I want. And that is what I don't like when I watch. That's why I want to read my book before I watch it, because they don't have the face that I think they should have. They don't sound like I think they should, except for this Shetland series. Yes, that's really good. And so also the book to movie or book to TV by Harlan Coben. These are also very good. Ian Rankin. Oh gosh, I found him ages and ages ago, and I cannot stop loving his books. Though it was killing off the detective there. I hope he didn't kill him off. The last one, he was killing him off, but I really, really love his books. Elizerbeth George. She writes lovely books. She really does. She writes lovely books. But you know what? You will need to love reading. Her books are thick. Okay? They're really heavy-duty reading. But they're also the kind of books you don't want to drop. Once you start, you do not want to drop them. You want to know what's going on. And especially once you've read one, you want to know the next and the next. And they actually follow a particular policeman and his relationship. And so you need to read them in the right order. So if you're not sure, go online, find what is the order for it. And it would be a nice holiday reading for those of you who are in summertime or we're in lockdown. You have time to read. Stuart McBride. I found him this year, I think, or maybe end of last year. Last year, I found him last year. Now, why do I know it's last year? If you follow me on Instagram, which is really quite boring, but I said to myself last year, I'm going to read 40 books for the year. And I finished over 40 books, and I'm so proud of myself. This year I said I'm going to do 70, but that was before lockdown. And you would think with the lockdown, I'll be able to read that much. But I've just been sort of on lockdown as well. So no, I don't think I'm going to make up that 70, but you never know. But Stuart McBride, oh my word, you have to read his books. You have to read his books. It's also detective, but the characters are larger than life. You've got to read his books. If you haven't, you need to go look for him. And you know what? Khateng Library is also on E. What you need is you need Overdrive. I'll put it up here. I don't know if I'm allowed to put the picture, but I'll try. And hopefully I don't get into trouble with YouTube. Overdrive libraries. You need to go to Overdrive, download it on your tablet, on your phone. You can take it anywhere with you. Download Overdrive, then download Libby Library, and you're good to go. First, obviously, you have to belong to a library because you have to put your library card number and all of that, and then you're good to go. You got to read Stuart McBride. I can't wait for the next one. I'm almost so annoyed with myself. Why did I read all his books so quickly? Now, for the ones that I cannot pronounce their names, I apologize. There is Nessbø, probably not pronounced that way. There is Camilla Lackberg, again, probably not pronounced that way. But if you read, you will know Nessbø. He's written so many books. There's Knife, and it also follows a particular policeman. There's so many policemen, but I guess it's detective. And I just love them. And I really know, I can say, oh, this one is like this and is like that. And there's Val McDermott. I don't think that's Scandinavian. But okay, so there's there. Sara Paretskey. Sara Paretskey, I also love her books. It's a female, what do you call them now? Female, private detective, private investigator. She's a female private investigator, and, just go. And what the first time I read a book, I was like, oh, she's the same age as me. I kind of relate to some of the things that she's saying. And I've been reading her book since then. There's another one, I can't remember the name of the writer now. If you do know, please send it to me. Her books are all from A. A is for this, B is for that. And I think she's almost at Z now. And we are hoping, she said she's going to stop when she gets to Z. She's not writing anything back to Z. She's written 26 books, but all of them have been fantastic. I wish I could write. There's some name I cannot pronounce for the life of me. Gunnar something. There's Akan Nasser. But like I said, these are really just the books, the authors that I can remember for now. And I'm so surprised, but maybe I shouldn't be surprised. I'm kind of old, I'm just looking at this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That I remember, just sitting down here. There's a guy in, it's British, and I can't remember the name of the writer now. But I know the detective is something Torn. If anybody remembers, please, it's something Torn, and it's in Britain. I like Stuart McBride. His writings are based in Scotland. And I'm reading it and I can hear the rain, because it seems always to be raining when in his writing, and I can hear the rain. I can smell the sand. It's really, really good writing. It's same in Rankin. I think is not Scottish. Where is it? I think it's Welsh. It's set somewhere in Wales, I think. And I like his writing. You can almost see the pub when they go into the pub to drink. You can imagine this guy and what this person. Actually, by the time you reach 2 or 3 of it, you really are into the book. Why do I like Camilla Lackberg? Please forgive me, Miss Lackberg, if that's not how to pronounce your name. She writes in a way that things are happening simultaneously, you know. So she doesn't go from this is the end of chapter 1 and then chapter 2, this is what is happening. It's like as Temmi is talking, our daughter was doing this. So the next part you're going to go to when you're reading a book is you can tell this was happening as this was happening. It is beautiful. And the end, oh my God, I love reading. So I'm reading and Cleeve now. I'm reading The Wildfire, I think it's called. And I will let you know how that goes. I've read some of her books and I love them. I will let you know how that goes. Hope I didn't bore you. I hope I didn't speak too fast. I know I do that sometimes. Bye.